Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Today's story includes cheating, negligent parents, toxic family, divorce, and favoritism between siblings. Let's start. Am I the idiot for gifting my mom and her husband a book on cheating for their anniversary? I gave the book. I'm 16, male, and I love my mom, 35, but when I was 10 she had an affair and left us. I visited her as often as I could and she always seemed so happy when I was there, but I hated her new family, so I stopped visiting. Honestly, we rarely ever saw each other after, just for my birthday and events really. She wants us to be close, but I want nothing to do with her new husband, so I've kept my distance. Except, on February 20th, my dad announced he'd be out on business till the 12th, and my grandparents are stuck visiting relatives in Italy. And so I really had nowhere to go and my mom jumped at the chance to have me stay with her, and just my luck, my mom's anniversary with her husband was on Sunday. I haven't had a good time here at all, so all I do is stay in my room doing homework or go out with friends to avoid family activities, cause it sucks seeing how lovey-dovey she is with her husband and how they seem like the perfect family with their daughters. The morning before her anniversary day, she came to my bed and tried to cuddle with me like before she left us, but it made me angry. Like we can't go back in time and pretend it's how it was. So I just pretended to be asleep and stayed curled up and frozen till she left. I started crying cause of that, and I felt angry and snarky. My mom majored in literature, so I got her a copy of Anna Karenina for her anniversary. That book is about a lady who leaves her husband and son for her lover. I've never read it, but I watched the movie with my girlfriend and I hated it. The anniversary party was on Sunday, everyone was having fun but me, and then people gave their gifts. I gave mine, and when my mom saw what it was, she seemed shocked but just said thanks. The party ended like an hour after, but at night when she was in her room, I heard her crying really loudly, so I kinda eavesdropped a little, and heard her saying stuff about that book and me, and her husband trying to calm her. The next day at breakfast, she left for work early before I woke up, and her husband straight up called me an a-hole and other stuff for gifting them that. It's been a few days now, and my mom has barely talked to me. Honestly, I feel so wrong I made my mom cry, but at the same time I don't want to be here and she knows that. So, am I really the a-hole? Edit, to everyone who keeps messaging me, here's some facts to read before you do. I gave my mom the book to try and get it across to her that I hate being at her house and being around her family, and that it hurts me to be there because I sympathized with the son from the movie, not because I want a train to run her over. I do not want that to happen to my mom. I do not want my dad to get back together with my mom, he's happy with his fiancée. My dad has his reasons for not wanting me to go to therapy and is just being protective. Yes, I stopped visiting my mom cause I hate her husband, but she had custody of me on weekends or breaks, she could have forced me to be with her. But since being with him or making him be with us, whenever I did go to her was more important, she never tried anything beyond the bare minimum of going to big events. Info, have you ever confronted your mother about the way she left? I've tried before, but she's never wanted to talk about it, and has always told me to just focus on the now. You definitely could benefit from some therapy or just speaking to someone. Are you able to talk to your dad about these things? I usually talk to the counselor at school, cause my dad said he's not taking me to a psychologist, so he's probably not going to let me go. Why not? Cause of some stuff that happened to him with a psychologist when he was younger, like younger than me, but I'm not going to talk about that, it isn't relevant and I think it's against the rules to explicitly mention. You say you love your mom, but do you? Of course I do. At the end of the day, no matter what she's done, she's still my mom. I do like being around her and spending time with her, I love talking to her, I just hate that I have to do that around her new husband or the kids she has with him, and the life that she left mine for. I love my mom so much, that's why it sucked hearing her cry. Also, presumably her new hubby was the guy she cheated with? He is. Your mother was shit for cheating, but if she was that miserable in her marriage she would have left anyway, and you would have resented her for that too. If she left without cheating, then she wouldn't be leaving me too. It was also 6 years ago, and it sounds like your mom can't ever do anything to have a relationship with you again. How long are you going to punish her? But again, she punished you when she left like she did. I don't want to punish her, and I want to have a relationship with her. I just don't want it to be stipulated that I have to be around her husband and daughters too. This is kinda immature. I get it, your mom cheated, but honestly? Your sisters, 'cause they are just as innocent in this as you. You're punishing innocent girls for what your mother did. This makes you an idiot towards them. So what should I do? It's not like I hate them, but being around them makes it feel like they're more loved than me, that they get mom because their dad was the one to take her from me. I don't want to feel that way about little kids, but I do, and I know it's wrong, but I can't change that by snapping my fingers. That is why you need therapy. OP also share. Your mom's cheating did not have to do with her being a mom, and she stayed in the background in case you wanted her back. I did want her to be there, I do want to be around her. I just hated the fact that 90% of the time, her husband would be there or people from her new family. If I want to go get ice cream with my mom, I don't want the guy she effing left us for to come along. What you wanted when she tried to cuddle with you? Not come to me like that in the first place. It's like she's trying to act as if I'm 10 years old again and she never left. You are lashing out when she's tried to be a good mom to you. You think I don't know that? But as much as she tries, I will never be okay staying in that house with her new family, or her real family, I guess. Would you also be upset if your mom left without cheating? No, I wouldn't, because then she wouldn't be leaving me too, and this guy wouldn't be somebody who just came and took my mom. I hate this guy, because what he did hurt my dad and I lost my mom cause of it. Did you have a good relationship with your mom before she left? Of course I did. How much effort your mom has put into making amends. She always comes to my birthdays or big events, like basketball finals and stuff, but she never does anything beyond that, 'cause then it's got to involve her new family. Like, we can't go for ice cream, 'cause then she's going to bring her daughters, can't go to a theme park, 'cause then she'll bring her entire family, can't really hang out at all 'cause her family will need her. You should ask one-on-one time with your mom to start over. If she was willing to actually have one-on-one time without her family being around, then yeah, we could start over. Did your mom ever apologize for leaving? No. Did she make genuine attempts to reconcile your relationship? Not really. Maybe it feels like to her she has, but it doesn't to me. Why are you throwing away the chance to have two loving parents in two different households? Because I absolutely hate one of those households and the guy that owns it, and I hate the fact that come 3 p.m. today I'm going to go back there. You should talk to your mom and her husband about how you feel. I'd tell her, but I have no intention of speaking with her husband. OP also tell us. In the movie I watched with my girlfriend, I felt really bad for the son in it and I hated that movie cause of it. When I looked it up on Wikipedia, to find out who'd write that shit, it turned out it was based off a book that everyone called the best book ever written. So yeah, I chose it purposefully cause I know my mom would know it. I want to fix our relationship, I want her to be my mom, but if the condition is being around people who make me feel bad just by looking at them, I don't want to do it. Please, clarify everyone's ages since your mom was 19 when she had you. My dad is a year younger than my mom, her husband is like 12 or something years older than her. Why this hate for your half-sisters? I don't hate them, I hate their dad, but I don't hate them. I just don't want to be around them cause it just reminds me of everything, and it makes me feel like she loves them more than me, which I know isn't true, but that's how it feels. Why you refuse to see your mom's attempts at reaching out? Because if she really wanted us to have a relationship again, then she'd spend some actual time with me alone, she wouldn't try and make me be around her family. Like she could be the one who picks me up from school, she could FaceTime me every night and not just text, she could spend an hour a day with me. There's so much she could do without involving her husband or kids. And when someone tells OP he can't claim to love his mom if he can't stand to see her happy with her new life, he responds. So what should I do? Pretend that I'm happy to see her husband and that it doesn't burn me to see how happy she is? That this new family gives her everything that being with me couldn't? And pretend that I like being around them. No, I love my mom a lot, and I'll always love her, even if I never see her again. She can be happy with her family, but I can't be happy around her family. OP also says, I gave my mom the book to try and get it across to her that I hate being at her house and being around her family, and that it hurts me to be there because I sympathized with the son from the movie, not because I want a train to run her over. I do not want that to happen to my mom. I do not want my dad to get back together with my mom. He's happy with his fiancée. I stopped visiting my mom cause I hate her husband, but she had custody of me on weekends or breaks. She could have forced me to be with her, but since being with him or making him be with us, whenever I did go to her was more important. She never tried anything beyond the bare minimum of going to big events. You should maybe go to family therapy with your mom, if you can't do to your dad. If she wants to, then I'll do it. My dad might be upset about it, but I don't think he could legally do anything if she wants to do it. Would you ever go no contact with your mom? Only if she explicitly said that if I want her in my life I'd need her family in it too. Honestly, I'd probably definitely move with my dad and his fiancée to Italy then. Is there anything your mother's husband can do to build a relationship with you? The only good thing he can do for me is make sure I never have to see him again. I want nothing from him. If I was dying and his organs could save me, I wouldn't take them. You should try and seek the sibling bond your sisters can give you. Maybe I'd want that, but if having them in my life means having their father in my life, then it's not worth it to me. What did you hear your mom saying when you eavesdropped on her crying? Just stuff like about how she can't teach that book anymore, or how she just wants me to be happy at her home. Well, OP, overall I don't think you are the idiot. I can see by the replies that you're still very hurt by your mom's actions, and I'm so sorry about it. And sometimes that happens because the person that is hurting somehow blames themselves for what the other person did. I don't know if that is the case here, but nothing of this was your fault. Do you understand, OP? Not the affair, the divorce, her marrying and having kids with someone else, and especially, her not being more involved with your life. That were her choices, hers, not yours. Nothing of this mess was your fault, please know that. But, regarding the gift, I do think it was malicious of your part. I get that it was your way of showing your mother how you still resent her and her husband, aka the affair partner, on what they did to your dad, you, your family. I get that. And that you are still hurt by what she did, and how unhappy you are with her marriage, and her new family, that they built by destroying yours. I understand that, but instead of this present, you should have had a real, serious conversation with your mom about all this. I know you are 16 years old, and sharing their feelings is not so easy for teenagers, but I really think the best thing here is for you to have a sincere conversation with your mother, and stop keeping all these bad feelings just to yourself. That will not do you any good in the long run, and you are already realizing this. I also think you should seriously seek therapy. I do not know what kind of experience your father had, and I get that he may have his reasons for not wanting you to go to therapy, but that does not mean that you will have the same experience as him. I really think you should go, and I really think you need to talk to someone other than your school counselor. I think you should have gone since back then, when everything happened, you were only 10 and your mom cheated on you, dad, left and married the other guy, and started to have babies with him. You needed help, and the help your dad was giving you wasn't enough. And that was not his fault, he also needed help with his own pain. Cheating sucks, not only affects the betrayed spouse, but everyone who is part of that family, not just relatives, but also friends and everyone who was involved with that couple. But of course, it affects the children more, and I don't know if your mom had any idea how much her actions would affect you and your relationship in the long run. But that is it, and if for you to have a relationship with her, you need to set boundaries with her and her husband, then do it. And if she wants to be part of your life, she's going to have to accept it. Also, please don't hold any grudges from your sisters. I know you feel betrayed, but nothing of this is their fault either. And what do you guys think about this situation? What advice would you give OP? Do you think he was malicious in the gift he gave his mother? What would you do if you were in OP's shoes? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Now let's read the comments before going to the update. Definitely not the idiot. For one, Anna Karenina is a classic and a great gift. For another, if the shoe fits. Not the idiot. Not the idiot, that is delightfully petty. But do yourself a favor and get therapy before you are consumed by your anger towards your mother. You never have to forgive her, but learn to move past what happened and not obsess over it. Anna Karenina is about a woman who, at 19, married a guy nearly twice her age whom she didn't love, but who refused to give her a divorce. She eventually ran off with the guy she loved, but without the blessing of their community or the right to see her child. She ended up feeling so isolated, shunned, and trapped that she killed herself. I'm not sure Anna Karenina is the indictment of cheating that your mom and people here are acting like it is. And what about you guys? Do you agree with the comments? Do forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's go to the update. Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the update. Update: Am I the idiot for gifting my mom and her husband a book on cheating for their anniversary? Posting this now cause people keep messaging me about it. The day after I posted, I let my girlfriend read it and she was like, "Stay with me, dummy." I told my dad, he said I could stay there, and send my girlfriend's mom an email. At my mom's home, I told her, she got really sad, but said okay, she'd drive me and send an email too. I still wanted to talk alone to my mom, like people said to. As she drove, I wanted to talk, like the school counselor helped me write a letter to read, like some people said to, but I just froze and she drove to a parking lot and started talking. She said a lot of stuff about the book, about still seeing me like I'm her baby, her not actually being happy, and about us, but ended with her saying, it's okay for me to hate her for what she did, cause she hurt me and she'd never push to be my mom again, but if I ever wanted, she'd be there for me. But I don't hate her, I love her, so I started crying really bad. I've never had a breakdown, but I think that's what it was. I remember her taking me to the back seat and hugging me, and me trying to say I love her while crying, but it's a blur. She calmed me down, and I told her how I feel, and I do want her to be my mom, but I just hate her husband, and I don't want a train to hit her. I even told her about when she tried to cuddle and how I feel bad now, cause that'll never happen again cause I'm never going back to her house. She told me she knew I was awake and was mad at her, so I started crying again. She told me it was okay and she's wrong and we talked a lot, but I kept crying, so she got me Advil cause my head started hurting. She seemed sad that I hate her husband, but got really mad at him when I told her all the mean things he said to me, and said she'd never let him get between us again. She said she'd take me to therapy with just her, no matter what dad says, and to spend time with me alone. She dropped me off and I felt better since I stayed there, until my dad came back. My dad promised never to send me there again, and to stay at my girlfriend's if my grandparents stay in Italy. He agreed to let me do family therapy with my mom, but he said he'd ensure it's appropriate. We haven't started it yet, but my mom has kept her promise to spend time with me so far, and it does make me feel happier. I didn't think the last post would blow up like it did, so I hope with this update you guys don't have to worry much anymore, cause I think it's getting better. Well OP, I'm glad you and your mom talked it out and made up, or at least started to. I know things won't just happen overnight, but at least you two took the first step. I'm also glad your dad didn't object to you going to therapy with your mom. I hope things only get better from now on. Good luck OP. And what about you guys? Did you like this update? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. And that's it for today everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.